Chapter 8 Forced Marriage of President Lin to Howard.
When Quinn woke up the next morning, with somehow swollen eyes, she found that Fade's room downstairs was empty. Quinn's heart sank and her face darkened. Did Fade stay out last night, or was it because he was hurt by me? Did he leave and would never return anymore? Just as that moment, housekeeper Wang came out with breakfast. "Miss, are you looking for sir?" "I'm not," Quinn instinctively denied, but thinking of what happened yesterday, she nodded again and uttered quietly, "Has he not come back all night?" Housekeeper Wang replied, "No, sir did come back yesterday. He just went to work." "Work?" Quinn was slightly startled. Why did he leave so early? Housekeeper Wang looked at Quinn and told her Sir said he didn't know the route, so he went out early to take a bus. Quinn suddenly realized she went home alone yesterday, leaving Fade, who was not familiar with this place, behind. For a moment, Quinn was a little absent-minded and felt that she hurt Fade again. Housekeeper Wang noticed Quinn's sadness. She smiled and said, "Miss, are you worried about sir? I don't think you have anything to worry about. After he come back last night, when he heard that you cooked for him, he finished up all the dishes. I didn't even have time to heat them up." "Wow, all of them?" Quinn was a little surprised. Housekeeper Wang nodded and said, "Yes miss, all of them. Sir even said that they were delicious." For some reason, Quinn let out a smile and felt better. She then said to housekeeper Wang, "Auntie, prepare one more bowl of salad. I have a good appetite today." "Yes miss," housekeeper Wang replied. After breakfast, Quinn drove to the company. Sitting in the office, things related to Fade were constantly running in her mind. Arguments which had happened in the company, Fade's disappointment, and the home-cooked meal last night. The overwhelming feelings caused Quinn to unable to pay much attention to work, which rarely happened. Picking up the phone, Quinn told the secretary outside, "Ask Dr. Chen from the medical room to come here."
In the medical room, Fade, who was received a call from the president's office asking him to go over, was a little anxious. Fade didn't know what Quinn wanted. Will she criticize him out of distrust like last afternoon, or prepare dinner for him as she had done the night before? Walking towards the office, Fade knocked the door and was ready to go in. Right at this moment, the phone rang in the office. Quinn took out her phone and picked up the phone. Fade, who had just pushed the door, saw this and stopped in his track. He was hesitating whether he should go in.
Quinn was thinking on how to apologize to Fade euphemistically. However, this sudden phone call destroyed all the thoughts she had. The caller ID showed that this is from Jeremy Lin, Quinn's very own elder brother. With a gloomy face, Quinn answered the phone. "Why did you call me?"
"My good sister, don't you know the reason?" A frivolous voice answered from the other end.
Quinn responded coldly, "If you want to talk about the engagement, then there's no need for this conversation. I will not agree to it."
"That is Howard Zheng, one of the most powerful figure in Bay City. Don't be capricious," Jeremy said.
"It is you who are being capricious, not me. Tell Howard that it is impossible for me to marry him." Quinn bit back angrily.
"The marriage is already settled. You have no to say in this." Of course, Jeremy is not going to let himself lose.
"Really? But I'm already married. Your so-called engagement is worthless now, isn't it?" Jeremy can even hear the triumph of Quinn's voice.
Out of anger, Jeremy said, "Married? What are you talking about? When did you get married? You're lying."
"Just 2 days ago. I've gotten my marriage certificate. Now, I'm a married woman. Please ask Howard to give up," Quinn replied.
You, Jeremy was on the other end of the phone, was beyond furious. "I don't care what you have done, but you cannot turn down your marriage with Howard. It has been decided, and it's not up to you to change the decision."
"I can't decide on my own marriage. Don't you think it's too ridiculous?"
The conversation became more and more heated by every second. It gradually turned into a dispute. At this moment, Fade, who was standing at the door, couldn't help but frown. Obviously, Fade had realized that this phone call was to force Quinn to get married. It did not seem suitable for Fade to get involved in this private affairs. With this thought, Fade gently closed the door and left the office.
A few minutes later, Quinn hung up the phone, her eyes red and her face full of anger. Quinn looked at the closed door and felt inexplicably disappointment. Quinn said to herself, "He was at the door. He must have heard what I said about the engagement. He knew that I was forced, but why he wouldn't come in and comfort me? Do I hold no place in his heart?" Quinn once again spoke to herself. This thought made Quinn's reddened eyes dimmed. Right then the secretary came in and asked, "President Lin, Mr. Chen just came, but as you were busy just now, he decided to go back to work first. Do you need me to call him up again?" Quinn gently caressed her cheeks, shook her head and said, "No, it's fine. I'm not looking for him at the moment."
Fade, who came down from the office, frowned and thought for a moment. Suddenly, something crossed his mind. Fade rushed to Xenia's place. Fade held Xenia's shoulders, looked deep into her eyes and said, "Xenia, I have something to say to you."
Xenia was surprised by Fade's sudden action. Xenia couldn't help but stutter and breathe heavily from Fade's strong gaze. "Fade, what did you want to tell me?"
Fade stared into Xenia's eyes and said, "Xenia, I want to treat you a meal after work."
"Treat me to dinner." Xenia's heart beat so fast and her face turned red. "Fade, why did you want to treat me?"
"I hope you could do me a favor." Fade looked at Xenia and said, "After work, could you please accompany me to the shopping mall?"
You want me to accompany you to buy something?" Xenia didn't know how to feel for a moment. She was surprised, disappointed and a little angry.
"Xenia, are you not free later?" Fade asked.
No, I don't have anything else to do tonight," Xenia replied.
At 5:30 in the evening, Fade and Xenia left the company and boarded a bus together.
Quinn, who was standing in the window of the president's office on the top floor, saw the sight of them leaving. "So, you like this kind of woman?" Somehow, Quinn felt a jolt of pain in her heart. "Sure, compared to me, Xenia is young and lovely and she's much more womanly. It's normal for you to make such a choice."
Thanks for watching and reading. The other chapter of this novel is at the description. Next chapter will be uploaded Tom. Please like and subscribe for more incoming novel videos. Thank you.